Trail's twin brother, and I was there with Marcus. So
what happened was myself and Morgan were in free fall school. At the same exact time, Marcus was in the worst incident in steel history. Long story short, Marcus is alive, and I go on to want to raise money for families. All these guys died, they all had kids. I want to raise money for the Special Operations Warrior Foundation. So I said, you know what? I have to Google something that's evil, something very hard. I knew nothing about ultra marathons. I hadn't even run a marathon. I knew nothing about this world. So I Googled the top 10 hardest races in the world. And what comes up is a Badwater 135. It's a 135-mile race through Death Valley in the summertime. I thought it was a stage race. I thought it was a race where you run like 20 miles, set up camp, barbecue outside, and then go run some more the next day. So I called the race director up at the race and said, hey Chris, I want to do your race. So we had a long conversation. You know, I was much heavier then. I'm around between 240 to 270. I was a heavy guy. But the long and short of it all was, I hadn't put running shoes on in over a year. So I called Chris Costin up on a Wednesday. He says, look man, the only way you can qualify for my race is to run 100 miles at one time in 24 hours or less. There happened to be a race that Saturday. And he said, if you qualify by running 100 miles or less in 24 hours, I will consider you my race. I signed up for this race. It's called the San Diego One Day, where you run around a 1 mile track for 24 hours to see how many miles you can get. My goal was 100 miles. I got to mile 70. I cleared 70 miles in like 12, 13 hours pretty quickly. I was done. My feet were broken. I was stress fractures, shin splints, muscles were tearing. I was in bad shape. No water, didn't know what the hell I was doing out there. Had on some tube socks. It was just ridiculous. It was a clown show. So I sat down at mile 70, and at this time I was married. I looked at my wife and I was like, I'm messed up bad. I literally start to turn white. And when a black guy turns white, you're pretty fucked up. Here I am, I'm all fucked up in this chair. I'm at mile 70, I got 30 fucking miles to go. I'm jacked up. I gotta go to the bathroom, and the bathroom's like 20 feet from me. It's a porta potty. I can't get out of the fucking chair. I'm peeing blood down my leg, pooping up my fucking pack, and I got 30 miles to go. I can't stand up. My blood pressure's all messed up. I've been in 3 hell weeks, Ranger school, overcome so many obstacles in my life. This last 30 miles of this race is when I realized a human being is not so human anymore. We have the ability to go in such a space if you're willing to suffer, and I mean suffer. Your brain and your body, once connected together, can do anything. Anything. Your brain and your body, once connected together, can do anything. Anything. And this 30 miles was the life-changing moment. I was out of it. I was in the worst pain in my entire life. I was, to me, on the brink of death. And I was able to chunk this 30 damn miles into small pieces. I was so driven. I'm not gonna say motivated, because motivation's crap. Motivation comes and goes. When you're driven, whatever's in front of you will get destroyed. So I sat in this chair and I was so driven to succeed. And at this time, everyone goes, were you thinking about the guys that died? And I'm not gonna lie to you, I wasn't. This became a personal thing. This became me against this race, me against the kids that call me nigger, me against me. It just became something that I took so violently personal. And I broke this thing down into small pieces. I said, okay, I gotta get nutrition. I gotta be able to stand up before I can get off this curb and get off this chair and be able to go 30 miles. So I went through all these small steps. I was able to stand up. And then from standing up, I was literally walking around with my wife at the time, and she goes, you're not gonna make the time. You're walking like 37-minute miles. I second she said that I'm not gonna make the time, I ran the last 19 miles non-stop. I had to get compression tape, and I taped up my ankles, and I taped up my feet, and that's how I got through that race. Your brain and your body, once connected together, can do anything. Your brain and your body, once connected together, can do anything. Your brain and your body, once connected together, can do anything. 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 And people may listen to this and say, this guy is sadistic, he's crazy, No, if you know how I came up, you realize I was just a scared kid.